Your dance composition. Da, din da da, din din da da, din din da. Ta ti ta ti ta ta ti ya ti ya ti ta ta ti ti ta ti ta ti ti ti. Ta ta ti ti na da na da na da na da. Ta ti ta ti ta ta ti ya ti ya ti ta ta ti ti ta ti ta ti ti ti. Ta ta ti ti na da na da na da na da. Ta ti ta ti ta ta ti ya ti ya ti ta ta ti ti ta ti ti ti. Ta ta ti ti na da na da na da na da na da. Your dance composition. Da, din da da, din din da da, din din da.
protocols observed. I have entitled my short message to you, From Golconda to Golconda. The first emergence of the name Golconda in the annals of Trinidad predates the arrival of East Indians in the colony by at least 6 years. The government blue books for 1839 show that George Monkhouse, proprietor of Golconda Estate, paid £4 and 3 shillings on his property. Presumably, this was also the Lieutenant George Monkhouse who was buried in St. Clement's Anglican Church in 1853. The now obliterated tombstone describes him as being, quote, lately of the East India Regiment, unquote. We can only assume, therefore, that Lieutenant Monkhouse christened his Trinidadian holdings in memory of his time in Golconda as part of the East India Regiment. Just outside the Indian city of Hyderabad, perched squarely on the Deccan Plateau, stands what remains of a once mighty fortress known as Golconda. Its name literally translates as round hill, which is most appropriate as in the year 1143, during the Hindu Kakatiya dynasty, a mud fort on a granite hill became, by the 15th century, the center of power and wealth ruled by the Qutub Shahi kings. In 1689, the Qutub Shahi dynasty and Golconda fell to the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb. The subsequent kings were called Nazims. They went on to become some of the richest kings of the time. For 600 years, Golconda was the storehouse for an endless stream of diamonds extracted from mines around the city. Some of the more famous ones are the Kohinoor diamond and the Hope diamond. This apparently was the only known source of diamonds until the discovery of New World mines. Around 1850, the first Indian indentured laborers began to arrive on the Golconda estate in Trinidad and would become the dominant fiber in the fabric of life in Golconda for more than a century thereafter. There is evidence in the records of arrival in the National Archives in Port of Spain of indentured workers who were sent to Golconda in the middle of the 19th century and continuing. Through an analysis of these records, we learn that at Golconda Estate in Trinidad, many new immigrants settled and emigrated into the estate. In a generic account written in the Port of Spain Gazette, we learn that the estate suffered a scourge of cholera, and the newspapers reported that on the Naparima estates, the Indians died like flies. Around 1870, Golconda entered a new era of history, as it was annexed to the formidable possessions of the colonial sugar company, owners of Usine St. Madeleine and the largest sugar producers in the empire. In 1872, the village received its first house of prayer. St. Luke's Anglican Church was constructed as a chapel of ease to St. Clement's, which was consecrated in 1853 by the Reverend Jones Gabbett. The chapel became a focal point for almost all of the Scottish and English overseers of the surrounding estates, as a few old tombstones of these persons in the churchyard seem to suggest. The Presbyterian Church's Canadian mission to the Indians constructed the first Golconda Presbyterian Church in 1875, under the patronage of Reverend John Morton and Dr. Kenneth J. Grant. In 1884, the unvarying thunder of drums smote fearfully upon the colonial ears of the Naparimas. Since 1850, when it was first celebrated on Philippine estate, Husse had been observed by almost every plantation where Indian immigrants were resident, but frowned upon by the petit bourgeois and the middle classes of the period. Following a season of unrest on the estates, which employed immigrant labor, culminating in a riot at Cedar Hill in 1881, and the death of an Indian during the Husse of that year, the colonial authorities on the 30th of July 1884 issued an ordinance which would prevent the immigrants and their tajas from entering San Fernando. Laborers from Philippine, Golconda, Retrench, and Pitimon estates met in the dead of night at St. Clement's Churchyard and planned their parade in defiance of the ordinance. On Thursday, the 30th of October, 1884, the Indians were in sacred procession of their tombs for Imam Hassan and Hussein, with women carrying flags and reciting the Quran. The stipendiary magistrate Arthur Child read the riot act to the cortege with little or no effect. When the Indians were almost upon the police opened fire. When the smoke cleared, 12 lay dead, and over 100 were injured. During the fray, the majority of the procession hastily abandoned their chargers and fled. The dead were placed on carts and buried in a mass grave where the present San Fernando Central Market now stands. I will now read briefly an account of a survivor from the Golconda estate. The University of Trinidad and Tobago has attempted to collect evidence from persons who have survived. We have these taped interviews and we have transcribed them, and we have produced one book on this Golconda estate. And I will quote short passage from that book, the account given by Suker Amichan. This is what she said. I will not give you her whole story. I'll just give you a little glimpse of it. She starts. The foremen never play fresh with me, but they give me talk. They well want me to work hard because they know I could work. I real cuss them up. Because I able to work, and the kind of work they used to give me, pressure work. And I ain't care. I used to do it. I used to break bank, and I break in that bank. And I had to break that bank flat. The foreman used to come and watch that bank. If it flat, or it high, or it bumpy, or what. They didn't punish me for cussing, because I could do the work. They want me to do the work. I doing it. But when they come to measure me, then they know what else to tell me. They start robbing me now. When they measure in with the rod, when it's one rod, they making it two rod and saying it's one rod. And this is the kind of punishment I used to get with these foremen and them. Sometimes they measure in, they ain't even know how to check. But I check in behind them. Although me know how to read and write, I still check in. When they stop, I tell them go back and measure my work. They used to spite me. They used to want to know how I doing this. I tell them to ask me how I doing that. Them used to quarrel with me, and I used to give them real trouble, real trouble. When they find the banking flat, they used to rub me checking the chain bridge, because you used to work for 10 rod with one chain, and they used to make 12 rod for one chain. I say no, that is not right, and that is the way the argument used to come up. After that, they take me out of the bank break-in. They send me to head cane. On my head now, more hard work again. It have truck. You have to go up the ladder with that cane in the head, tie that bundle of cane, about 24 cane, 4 feet long, and go up the step with that bundle of cane. We working Sunday to Sunday, no home rest. We come in 4 o'clock in the evening. When we have to head that cane, we picking up line cane. I come back again with the estate work again. When they finish with that, they call me to throw salt. They had a little cup. They have to measure that salt with cup and throw it on every cane root. And then, there, behind you, in the back of you, when you're in front, they're watching which root you miss out. They come back, they tell you, that root in have no salt. Go back and throw that salt in that root. And I used to come back. One day, my leg have a big boil in it. I go and tell the foreman, I say, my foot have a boil in it. Me able to throw no salt today? He say, yes, you have to go and throw that salt. I tell him rain come in. He ain't bother with me. I take all the salt and throw it in the river. Because this put it in me. When I done throw all that salt in the river, salt done. They say all you could go, home now. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Our first award is for excellence in education. Our awardee, Dr. Alan Mackenzie, who has an open mind and a beautiful heart, and who is a legend in the field of education. For 27 years, between 1966 and 1993, he was principal at Naparima College. His dedication, commitment, and insistence on standards and values were responsible not just for the academic success of several generations, but for the individual development of his students. Dr. Mackenzie's record of community service is highly commendable. He's been the chairman of the board of the Express Children's Fund since 1990, past president and now chairman emeritus of the Trinidad and Tobago Heart Foundation since 1996. And here in the South, president of the J.C. MacDonald Home for the Aged since 1995. He's also a former president of the Rotary Club of San Fernando. Dr. Mackenzie has had bestowed upon him many awards for his lifetime of community and national service, including outstanding public service, excellence in education, Christian excellence, commitment and innovation in the education and professional development at Roytech, loyal and dedicated community service, and most appropriate of all, loyal and dedicated service to the development of Naparima College. Dr. Mackenzie's appetite for hard work has not diminished. He is a lecturer and head of the Department of English and Communication at Roytech, a project coordinator in the Master's Degree Program in Education at the University of New Brunswick, a part-time member of the faculty of St. Andrew's Theological College in San Fernando, and a consultant in communication studies, business writing, and presentation skills. Ladies and gentlemen, educator par excellence, Dr. Alan Mackenzie. Dr. Alan Mackenzie. next award is for excellence in legal affairs and jurisprudence. Our awardee, the Honorable Justice Mustafa Ibrahim, a model of modesty and rectitude. His brilliant lifetime of achievement begins with him achieving second place over dozens of students who competed fiercely in the Naparima College entrance examinations in 1947. He subsequently went on to surpass that performance as a teacher, lawyer, magistrate, and judge. Among his non-legal achievements was a U.S. government scholarship in training opportunities for youth development. He also is involved in family issues as a member of the Trinidad Muslim League. Justice Ibrahim was a High Court judge from 1980 to 1990, and he was also appointed a judge of the Court of Appeal, where he served for another 10 years. During his long and illustrious legal career, he had the honor of acting in the post of Chief Justice on several occasions. In 1990, Justice Ibrahim received the Shakonia Medal of the Trinity, Gold. His superior standing in his field and the immense trust placed on his competence and probity has been recognized in the region. He has been an appeal judge in the Bahamas and a member of the Commission of Inquiry in St. Lucia. In 2009, Justice Ibrahim was appointed a Commissioner for Law Reform and Revision in the Bahamas and is now the chairman of the Commission of Inquiry into the circumstances of the death of baby Simeon Cockle. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Justice Mustafa Ibrahim, a rare combination of legal acumen and social responsibility, and an icon in South Trinidad. The Honorable Justice Mustafa Ibrahim. Our next award is for excellence in sport. Our awardee, the king of spin himself, Rafik Jumadeen. This wily, unorthodox left-arm spinner emerged from a modest background in Batu Avenue, Marabella, and eventually made it to the West Indies team, demonstrating his skills in all the cricket capitals of the world, including the famous Lord's Cricket Ground in 1976, where he met the Queen of England. Rafik Jumadeen's career began at the age of 12 when he played for the Merrymakers Sports Club in the Marabella Sports Association Cricket League. This led to his selection on the Oxford Cricket Club, San Fernando. 2 years later, he went to Petrotrin, where he played and worked for over 30 years. According to ESPN Cricket Info, you know that's the virtual Bible of cricket. Quote, Rafik Jumadeen had a bit of a thankless task, plying his trade around the time when spinners were becoming an endangered species in West Indian cricket. End quote. At the end of his test career, Rafik returned to Marabella and helped his village cricket team to move from the 4th to the 1st division in just 3 years. He then established the Jumadeen Coaching School at Guaracara Park, Point-a-Pierre. He subsequently became a national selector and one of 3 West Indies selectors. Ladies and gentlemen, the national and West Indian cricketing legend, Rafik Jumadeen. And let's continue to give him a warm welcome, the King of Swing. As we continue to award excellence this evening, we switch our focus now to culture and the arts. Our awardee, the master of the dance, Torrance Muhammad. Torrance Muhammad is a descendant of indentured immigrants who came from Bengal, India in 1863 and built the first mosque in Princestown. He was born on October 4th, 1931 to Gul and Gulshan Muhammad in Ari village, Princestown. Despite his prominence as an artiste, Torrance has remained with the Maritime Financial Group, where he has served as a financial advisor for the past 53 years. In his business career, he is a foundation member of the Life Underwriters Association of Trinidad and Tobago, LUAT, which is now the Trinidad and Tobago Association of Insurance and Financial Advisors. He went on to become president of LUAT and an inductee into its Hall of Fame. He's qualified for the $1 Million Round Table, not once, not twice, but 5 times. However, it is in his contribution to dance and the arts that Torrance Muhammad is best known and well loved. He's a founding member and artistic director of several organizations, including the Arawak's Dance Group, the San Fernando Arts Council, where he is the present chairman, the National Dance Association of Trinidad and Tobago, he's now the president, and the Sando Cultural Ambassadors. He's the artistic director. Torrance has taught dance. He's performed at the landmark dance event Kutsi Kutla, the first full-length dance theatre production of the Arawak's group. He had the privilege of performing at the formal opening of the Hilton Hotel for such dignitaries as Emperor Haile Selassie, Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, and African cultural icon Miriam Makeba. For his contribution to arts and culture, Torrance received a national award, the Medal of Merit. Ladies and gentlemen, super achiever in insurance, cultural activist, and master of the dance, Torrance Muhammad. Torrance Muhammad, ladies and gentlemen. There are more awards for excellence in culture and the arts, but right now we switch our focus to excellence in medicine. And our awardee is Lal Ramnath Sao, pioneering surgeon extraordinaire. Lal Ramnath Sao is a surgeon and member of the American Urological Association. A past pupil of Naparima College, he's been blessed with an extremely distinguished academic and medical career, which included winning a Commonwealth Scholarship in surgery. He's a fellow of the Royal College of Surgeons and a founding member of the Society of Surgeons of Trinidad and Tobago. He's a member of the task force which introduced cadaver renal transplants or kidney transplants in Trinidad in the year 2000. Prior to his work on kidney transplants, he performed the first renal hypothermic surgery in Trinidad and Tobago back in 1981. And a percutaneous or buttonhole renal surgery in the West Indies in 1986. On August 31st, 1993, Lal Ramnath Sao was awarded the Shakonia Medal Gold, the country's second highest award for long and meritorious service in urology. He was inducted as an icon in science and technology in the Caribbean in 2010. Earlier this year, he received the Southwest Regional Health Authority's Award for Excellence in Service. Dr. Sal's commitment to health in Trinidad, especially South Trinidad, is exemplary and almost legendary. He did his internship at the San Fernando General Hospital between 1975 and 1976. He was registrar in urology 1980 to 1988 and consultant urologist 1988 to 2007 at the General Hospital in Port of Spain. He continues to make his expertise available to us in San Fernando and to our country, Trinidad and Tobago. He continues to be responsible for the next generation of urologists through his work and mentorship at the University of the West Indies. Ladies and gentlemen, a national and international icon of whom we are extremely proud, Dr. Lal Ramnath Sal. Dr. Sal. Our next award is for excellence in business, and it goes to Razai Azad Rahman, a leader in corporate social responsibility. Razai Azad Rahman was born and lives in San Fernando. This highly respected businessman is the chairman of the Rahman Group of Companies, a family business which has grown into one of the powerhouses of the local private sector. Mr. Rahman is the honorary consul for Bangladesh. He's chairman of the Liquefied Petroleum Gas Dealers Association. He's also served as president of the Petroleum Dealers Association and an executive member of the Petroleum Dealers Cooperative Society Limited. Mr. Rahman was the long-serving director of Republic Bank and currently 1975 Limited and the National Hospital Management Company. He also was a member of the South Trinidad Chamber of Industry and Commerce, as well as the Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce, and president of the Junior Chamber of San Fernando. Mr. Rahman is deeply involved in building the social and religious fabric of the country. Under his stewardship, the Haji Shafiq Rahman Play Park was constructed and continues to offer recreational options for the youngsters of the city and its environs. Mr. Rahman is the patron of the South Cancer Support Group and served for many years as its chairman. He has also served in different leadership capacities in many Islamic organizations of our country. In 1994, Mr. Rahman received the City of San Fernando's Award for Leadership in Business. In 2008, he was awarded the Hummingbird Gold Award for his contribution to business. Mr. Rahman and his wife, Alia Rita, have been married since 1962 and have two sons, Reza Shafiq and Imtiaz Azad, and one daughter, Rafia Nisa. Ladies and gentlemen, we salute Razai Azad Rahman, a unique combination of private sector entrepreneurship and corporate social responsibility. Unfortunately, he is unable to be with us this evening, and accepting the award on his behalf is Mr. Liaquat Nishar Rahman. Let's hear another salute for Razai Azad Rahman. time in our award ceremony, we put the spotlight back on excellence in culture and in the arts. Our awardee, Indira Mahato, the First Lady of Indian Dance. Indira Mahato has earned her place in the pantheon of local dance greats alongside women such as Beryl McBurney, Noble Douglas, and Thora Dumbbell as a master of the art of dance. Her crowning legacy, taking the standard of Indian dance in Trinidad, especially South Trinidad, to the highest levels of artistry and performance. She began as a student of Rajkumar Krishna Prasad in the early 1970s. Not only did she learn the intricate styles, she developed a passion for the art form that grew over the years. In 1974, she started the Indira Mahato Dance Group. For the past 40 years, this group has led the way in Indian dance in Trinidad and Tobago and has been both the incubator and nursery of several generations of aspiring artists. Indira is a member of the National Council of Indian Culture and was a board member of the Nakuri Gold. She was honored as an icon of Trinidad and Tobago on the nation's 40th anniversary of independence. Indira is the holder of a Hummingbird Medal for Culture and Dance. Ladies and gentlemen, our First Lady of Indian Dance, Indira Mahato. Indira Mahato. Stays on excellence in culture and the arts for our final award this evening, and it goes to Rana and Susan Mohib, a matched musical pair. Musical maestro Rana Mohib started playing the harmonium and singing at the age of 9. In 1987, he received a scholarship to study Hindustani classical music in India and completed a bachelor's degree in music with first division honors. He also learned the tabla and went on to complete a master's degree with first division honors. Upon his return to Trinidad, he co-founded the Sangeet Mahavidyalaya and has toured extensively, composing music for dance, and performed with the Samaru Jets as a tabla accompanist at the Satya Sai World Music Conference in India. In 2011, Rana performed with the National Symphony Steel Band Orchestra of Trinidad and Tobago at the National Academy for Performing Arts. He is also a senior instructor of Indian classical music at the Academy for the Performing Arts, University of Trinidad and Tobago. He has recently been appointed as the chairman of the Management Committee of the National Academy for the Performing Arts South Campus. Susan Mohib, or Baby Susan, as she was known, started dancing at the age of 3. Her name is synonymous with dance in both Trinidad and the wider Caribbean. She won many local competitions, including, and I'm sure we all remember them, Mastana Bahar, 12 and Under, and the Indian Cultural Pageant. She went to India to improve her knowledge and skills in dance, and later received a scholarship to complete her studies in the Kathak Kendra, New Delhi. In 1994, she obtained her postgraduate degree in dance. Susan is versed in the various folk dances of India and Hindustani classical vocal performance. Like Rana, she is an accomplished tabla player. Upon her return to Trinidad, Susan continued to carve a successful and fulfilling career as a classical Kathak dancer. Over the years, she has choreographed the Diwali celebrations for the Ispat Group and Petrodrink. Susan is a co-founder and director of Sangeet Mahavidyalaya, as well as the teacher and choreographer of its dance theatres. With her unique vision and innovative ideas and passion for dance, Susan continues to make invaluable contributions to Indian classical dance and culture. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give a rousing salute to the king and queen of Indian classical traditions in music and dance, Rana and Unfortunately, they can't be with us this evening, so Mr. Prashant Pattasar is accepting the award on their behalf. Let's salute the king and queen once more. And we'd like to ask all those who received awards this evening to please come to the stage once more for a final photo opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen. And another opportunity to salute them as a complete ensemble. Let's welcome them to the stage. The best and the brightest among us. We now ask the awardees to return to their seats. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Jessica. It was certainly a pleasure sharing the lecture with her this evening. Minister, before you take your leave. Ladies and gentlemen, while the awardees return to their seats, it is now our pleasure to introduce, and of course, speaking of women of the East Indian community, speaking of noble women of achievement, speaking of respect earned, speaking of an exemplar to young women, it is my honour to welcome to the lectern Member of Parliament for St. Fernando West, a woman who holds the esteemed portfolio of Minister of Public Administration, the Honourable Carolyn Seepersad-Beecher.
Surrender has my glasses. Representative of the High Commission, the Indian High Commission, members of the Board of Governors of the University of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Fazal Ali, Provost, awardees, fellow Santananians and Southerners, a special good evening to each and every one of you. I'm sure it's a special evening to each and one of you. I hope you do enjoy this evening. Indian Arrival Day is truly a national event. On Tuesday, We had the opportunity of partnering with the University of Trinidad and Tobago, that is the Member of Parliament's Office, and the Indian High Commission, where 51 schools participated in a cultural show at the South Academy of the Performing Arts. I have to emphasize to those young people that it is an opportunity for us to revisit our history and reflect on how the historical series of journeys took place and what they meant to our nation's development. The Indians who came here were not the first or the only people to arrive. Others came under similar circumstances, such as the Africans, Chinese, and Portuguese. The native peoples, the Caribs and Arabs, also journeyed here from the mainland. In this context, national holidays such as Indian Arrival Day and Emancipation Day are important moments in our history and are linked not just to our past, but to our future. Today, we take this opportunity to appreciate and understand the contribution of East Indians to the development of the unique cultural heritage of Trinidad and Tobago and to who we are as a people. On Indian Arrival Day, a large section of our national community, made up of all the different ethnic and religious groups, joined together to reflect on the many journeys and different paths we have all walked to arrive at this particular place, at this present time, and the role played by those indentured laborers who came from the subcontinent of India, bringing with them their faiths, hopes, history, and culture. Many who came are said to have been tricked and forced into coming here. Others took the long and conscious sea journey out of a vision of a future for themselves and their families, and a dream for a new way of life, away from the suffering and despair of what they were born into. There were even some who wanted to escape from their land. They wanted to start afresh in a new land. While it is important that we value what our Indian ancestors brought here and contributed to our country, the food, the religion, the music, the work ethic, and the entire culture or way of life, we must also understand that it is in the adaptation to a new world, a new lifestyle, and even a new way of looking at the world that we can grow and we can thrive. This is why it is so important that we thank this evening, and if you can give him a round of applause, the Indian High Commissioner to Trinidad and Tobago, ladies and gentlemen. For bringing the troops led by Kalpana Patwari, who is a versatile playback singer known as the Bhojpuri Queen. If we don't continue to maintain these links, then we will not understand how culture has evolved, even in India. And only understanding and appreciating that evolution can we continue to learn and develop. Indians came here, but the people who were born here and live on the land as our diaspora, they are Trinis. They represent Trinidad and Tobago. This city, San Fernando, links together the best of our country has to offer in terms of that mix of cultures. This is not something that happened recently. San Fernando has been a melting pot from the very beginning. In every form of art or enterprise, in everything from politics to scholarship, from business to social work, we have a mixture that is unique to our city. Every creed and race finds an equal place. And this is how it should be. And this is why this evening I am indeed humbled to stand here and to honor all the San Fernandians that we honor here this evening, who have made sterling contributions to the development of Trinidad and Tobago, not only in the city of San Fernando, but in Trinidad and Tobago, in the fields of medicine, art, culture, business, law, education, sports. You know, today being Indian Arrival Day, this is how we have continued to develop. And this is why on this occasion we see this opportunity to recognize these people who made significant contributions to Trinidad and Tobago. I want to congratulate them and let us give them another round of applause. These are eminent, hardworking, and socially conscious persons who are being awarded for their sterling service to our community and our country over a sustained period of time, and in some cases their entire lives. This level of dedication among so many leaders creates a synergy, a spirit, and a society that is active, one that is always ahead in its achievements, and one that is an example in excellence and social responsibility. In other words, one that takes care of its people. And we are proud as San Fernandians to applaud these San Fernandians. We should celebrate our Indian culture, but not to the exclusion of other cultures. We must be proud of our heritage, but we must be proud of the heritage of all who have contributed to the development of this great nation. We have, in the diversity of Trinidad, a fertile ground, an incubator, a breeding ground, and a springboard for innovation and creativity. Together, as a mixture of immigrants, we created some unique phenomena. However, like other moments of history, the story of Indian arrival in Trinidad and Tobago is really one of hope, determination, resilience, and resolve. It teaches us the values of family and kinship, the principles of ethics and hard work, the necessity of focus and ambition. Whatever the future holds for us as a people, even as we persevere and struggle, I have to emphasize to our young people that they must learn that every small contribution is of value to our communities, our people, and our nation's development. Today, I want you to give a round of applause to the University of Trinidad and Tobago for assisting us for this event here this evening. I'm truly appreciative that they chose our city, San Fernando, to partner with us in this special event. As I close, let us honor the achievements of those who have gone before us and resolve that as we honor our history and heritage, we take ownership of the responsibility history has placed on us to create a better inheritance for those who will come after us. On Tuesday, I had to ask the young people to think about all of those who will come after them. As we celebrate our inheritance, we have to ask ourselves, what will those who come after us stand for, and what will the celebration be 100 years from now? Today, all of us here have a chance to shape that future celebration and a chance to ensure that we pass on. What we pass on is better than what we received. We cannot change the past, but we can respect it. We can revere it, and we can learn from it and create a future that is brighter than the ones our ancestors experienced. What is important is that we celebrate these events like Indian Arrival Day and Emancipation Day together as one united nation and one rainbow country. Only together as one people and one nation can we make an even bigger impact on the world. In my own way, with the greatest humility, I say thank you to those who came for their hard work, for their sweat, for their teaching, and for their relentless pursuit of better life for themselves, their children, and their children's children. I thank them, and I pray that their souls now rest in peace. My friends, may God continue to bless each and every one of you, and may God continue to bless our great nation, Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you, Minister. And now, ladies and gentlemen, one of the main reasons that we're gathered here today. Kalhana Patwari, also known as the Potpourri Queen, has sung in 26 Indian languages and has sung approximately 9,000 songs. She's a household name in India. In fact, critics have also been known to say that she has changed the art of Bhojpuri vocals. I'm advised that the musical documented album, The Legacy of Bikari Thakur, which had songs on migration, was released by the Prime Minister of Mauritius. Kalpana has received international acclaim for this album and was exclusively signed by the international label EMI Virgin Records and Universal Music jointly. She was featured as an artist on MTV India, where she performed Rajasthani and Assamese folk music. Ladies and gentlemen, now, in celebration of Indian Arrival Day 2014, we proudly present Kalpana Patwari.
Track more louder, please. I want to track more louder.
Water,
Namaskar, Pranam. It's a privilege and coming from far away actually, India, and I'm blessed to perform in front of you. My English is not that good. I'll try to communicate only. It's a moment of after 169 years of Indian arrival, and ये समय मेरे लिए खास है. It's important for me कि after so many years, उनके आने के after so many years, as an artist I'm here, and it's a little emotional for me. And today I'm going to sing some of traditional Bhojpuri folk music. And the first one, of course, it was about 5 elements together again, the balance of the 5 elements. And the next one I'm going to sing, first I'll sing some Sanskrit shloka. As you know, Sanskrit is a classical language. It's a most oldest form of language. I'll try to get the blessings of the higher spirits, higher energy. And then I'm going to sing a Chhat hymn. Chhat is celebrated in Bihar, and is about sun god, worship of sun god. Sun is the only particle, I think, which is not abstract in thought, the element of God, the imagination thing. Sun is like Murt Bhagwan hai hamare samne. So first the sloka and then the Chhat hymn. Dear son, please rise. Bless us, show us the right way in life. Bring the positivity, your energy we need. Funky, and it's again a very oldest song like in UP and Bihar, from UP and Bihar. And like many years before, mythological stories were told in singing form, in Naughty form, and there is particular drum, one nakara is played. And thematically, I tried to make sure there is one writer, Kabir Pyarelaji. I tried to make him write like the element when our ancestors decided, I don't know in what situation, what socio-financial situation, what they decided to come, like travel 3-4 months, सात समंदर पार इस कैरिबियन महादेश में आने की उन्होंने डिसाइड किया और उनकी मेंटल उस वक्त उनकी स्थिति मानसिक स्थिति वतन like to leave behind their family, their relatives and their own land and of course it's like a touchy thing, it's emotional, sentimental. I try to sing in Naughty form my feelings about that particular episode. Next song is a folk song. It's called हाथ में मेहंदी मांग सिंदूरवा बर्बाद कजरवा हो गई ले. It means like a newlywed wife. Her husband is like going, like just after marriage he is going for his walk and lives behind her in the village. And just because she's just married and that separation, that pain of separation, that desire, exactly, is all there. Shringar ras and birah mein shringar. this land only, and Sundar Popo, I'm a big fan of him. And later on, this song was like more popularized by Kanchanji, Babla Kanchanji. I want you all to dance. Like, yeah, of course, it's a celebration in a way. Indian Arrival Day, and इतने सालों बाद आज आप लोग do you understand Hindi? Yeah. Like, उनके त्याग और भोजपुरी समझ में आवेला तो हमारे पूर्वज लोगों के बहुत त्याग बहुत कष्ट सहन के बाद आज रवा लोग आप लोग शान से इस देश में खड़े बनी तो एंजॉयमेंट सेलिब्रेशन के मौका बा एंजॉय करके चाहिए तो हम गाए आप सब डांस करब हाँ जी जरूर ढोलक और लाउड कीजिए
हमने चाहिए ससुर घर में बाबा हमने चाहिए
Next song is called Pagal Kehlana, and it's actually written by it's written by Kabir Das. The form is called Nirgun. It has some deeper spiritual meaning also, but dual meaning is एक साथ दो meaning चलता है. I hope you enjoy. आप लोग यहाँ पे बहुत जोर शोर से फगुआ मनाते हैं, है ना? या तो मैं फगुआ मनाना चाहती हूँ आप लोगों के साथ और थोड़ा बहुत समझा के गाऊंगी. लाइक लेटर फगुआ में एक फोक फॉर्म है जोगीरा. जोगीरा भी गाऊंगी जिसपे सारा जोगीरा बोला जाता है. एंड बट फर्स्ट आई सिंग अ मुक्तक शेर. Like what happened? Like in India, nature itself speaks that yeah, Fagun has arrived, and पीपर का पेड़, you know about पीपर का पेड़. पीपर के पेड़ पे नया पत्ता आता है, आम फूलने लगता है. The description, natural description of what happens in Fagun. First, I'll sing that, and then I'll go to a proper Fagun song. Vocals, number high. Make their vocals a little louder in this song.
पीपर पाने का पतई जब हम पपालो आइल तब बुझी हो कि ये राजा रंगबाज फगुनवा आइल. गेहुआ के बाली के बुरवा लोरी जब सुनावे मधुआ से मातल में यार मनवा में काम जगावे. देख राग में जब कोयलिया कुकू कर कुहकाइल तब बुझी हो कि ये राजा रंगबाज फगुनवा आइल. जब परदेसी बहरा से रंग में रंगाइल आवे मेहरी के मुरझाइल मुँह जब हरा हरा होई जावे. लचकल कमर जोगीरा के फगुआ के ताल ठोकाइल. और तब बुझी हो कि राजा रंगबाज फगुनवा आइल.
It's a story about one Bhauji and one Devarji. You understand, no? Bhauji and Devarji, like Bhabhi and Devar. And they share a certain kind of relationship. Like she's just like that motherly love warmth is also there from Bhauji's side. At the same time, Devarji, Bhauji, just like friends. They share every kind of stories, their personal stories. And in Fagua, in Fagun, Devarji also had that liberty to flirt a little with Bhauji. So it's sing about story about this Bhauji and Devarji.
कि फगुनी मेरे बदन से हरावे हाय. फगुनी मेरे बदन से हरावे भीतर मन गुदगुदाला हो. चोली में रंग डाले आइले देवाला कैसे भारी घोटाला हो. चोली में रंग डाले आइले देवाला कैसे भारी घोटाला हो. कैसे भारी घोटाला हो. जोगी जी सारा रा जोर से सारा रा सारा रा सारा रा सारा रा सारा रा सारा रा 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 जोगी जी सारा रा सारा रा सारा रा सारा रा सारा रा कौन बने कबूतर बोले कौन बने कबूतर बोले कौन बने मोर कौन बने मोर कौन बने कबूतर बोले कौन बने मोर अब कौन बहुरिया गौने गली लहंगा लेके चोर बोला सारा रा 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 जोगी जी सारा रा रा 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 जोगी जी सारा रा रा सारा रा रा सारा रा रा सारा रा रा कुछ बने कबूतर बोले अब कुछ बने कबूतर बोले वृंदावन में मोर वृंदावन में मोर कुछ बने कबूतर बोले वृंदावन में मोर और नया बहुरिया दोने अली लहंगा लेके चोर बोला कनी बचावा हो खींचेला मोर घंगरा कनी बचावा हो बिगेला मोर घंगरा कनी बचावा हो खींचेला मोर घंगरा कनी बचावा हो बिगेला मोर घंगरा जब अमुवा धैलक मोचरिया नैया कट के बैठे मचरिया नैया कट के बैठे मचरिया कनी बचावा हो खींचेला मोर घंगरा कनी बचावा हो बिगेला मोर घंगरा सारा रा 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 जोगी जी सारा रा रा 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 जोगी जी सारा रा रा सारा रा रा सारा रा रा सारा रा 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 हाय रे हाय रे हाय हाय थैंक यू next is on a different note. It's from there was an poet literate from Bhojpur, from Chhapra, Kutubpur Gaon, Bhikhari Thakur, and he's like called, respected as the Shakespeare of Bhojpuri literature. He's compared like that, and वो एक हजामत करने वाला एक बाबर, he was a barber, and पढ़े लिखे नहीं थे वो, he was illiterate. बाद में he went to Calcutta, and like 100 years back he went to Calcutta, and inspired by the Renaissance spirit, the new Renaissance spirit prevailed in India that time by Swami Vivekananda ji and Raja Ram Mohan Rai, and he looked back upon his like village, the evil things are happening in his society, and he wanted to make them correct, but with not on a serious note. He formed a theatre group, Nautanki Mandali he formed, and he tried to speak. This particular song is called Babuji. It's from the drama Beti Bechava. Like long back, small little girls who were married to, in a way they were, उनको बेचा जाता था. बाप गरीबी के कारण बाप बेटियों को बुजुर्ग जमींदार के साथ शादी का नाम लेके बेच देते थे. तो एक बेटी क्या बोल रही है, like the child, what she is expressing to her father, that what have I done wrong, Papa? Why? It's about the why, Babuji. धारा 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 कतबा लोर मोर हो बाबूजी. Thank you. What should I sing next? Like, you like Hindi songs also? Or yeah, just like one more chutney song? Yeah, like Bhojpuri songs. Chutney. Okay, so. हाँ, लेकिन लड़का होने पे है क्यों? लड़की होने पे क्यों नहीं? It should change now, you know? Like लड़की होने पे भी सोहर गाना चाहिए. One more, this is again chutney song, but this time you have to dance. Five beautiful ladies, please come. Please come on stage, please. Please. You're dancing there. And we should have nice photographs also. Yeah, you. Please come. Thank you for coming. कैसे बनी हो रमा कैसे बनी फुलौड़ी बिना चटनी कैसे बनी फुलौड़ी बिना चटनी कैसे बनी. Wow, wow, come in front side, they want to see you. Woo! I went Sunday blinded to meet Lal Bihari. I went Sunday blinded to meet Lal Bihari. I pull up the pujari and say about Girdhari. कैसे बनी कैसे बनी कैसे बनी कैसे बनी कैसे बनी हो रमा कैसे बनी फुलौड़ी बिना चटनी कैसे बनी फुलौड़ी बिना चटनी कैसे बनी. Looking good. Wow, what's the dance? This pitch, you know. Me and my darling were flying in a plane. Me and my darling were flying in a plane. The plane caught on fire and I fall inside the cave. कैसे बनी कैसे बनी कैसे बनी कैसे बनी कैसे बनी हो रजा कैसे बनी फुलौड़ी बिना चटनी कैसे बनी कैसे बनी सिंबली. It's good, it's sounding good. कैसे बनी कैसे बनी
ऐसे बनी
ऐसे बनी कैसे बनी
ऐसे बनी
ऐसे बनी. Okay, no, it's कैसे का
खा
कैसे बनी
का 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 का
here only, for another Bollywood old Hindi film song. Like, you all are so sexy and beautiful. That's why this particular song I'm going to sing, Asha Bhosle's song, Ye Mera Dil, and I know you are all going to rock. That's why. Well, some of you can come this side. No? They're doing good, right? They're supporting me. Yeah, we should appreciate. Okay, play. La la la, ri ra 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 la la la. ये मेरा दिल यार का दीवाना, दीवाना दीवाना प्यार का परवाना, आता है मुझको प्यार में जल जाना, मुश्किल है प्यारे तेरा बच के जाना, ये मेरा दिल यार का दीवाना, दीवाना दीवाना प्यार का परवाना. You can also dance, no? At least. दिल वो चाहे जिसे तड़पाए, प्यार वो यार की जो याद पे ही मर जाए, दिल वो चाहे जिसे तड़पाए, प्यार वो यार की जो नाम पे ही मिट जाए, कौन की परवाने प्यार का नजराना, ये मेरा दिल यार का दीवाना, दीवाना दीवाना प्यार का परवाना, आता है मुझको यार में जल जाना, मुश्किल है प्यारे तेरा बच के जाना, ये मेरा दिल यार का दीवाना, दीवाना दीवाना प्यार का परवाना. Thank you. Would you like to, like, what's your name, like, good name?
My name's Leah.
Leah, nice meeting.
I'm Erica.
Erica.
Patrice. Patrice.
Patrice. Patrice. What's the meaning? Like, what's the language?
Actually French.
French. Okay, okay. Like, for me, it's very uncommon, no? Even my name also, like, to them, it's uncommon. I'm Kalpana. Kalpana.
Calpana. There we go.
What's your name?
Aubrey.
Aubrey.
Gloria.
Gloria. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. You wanna stay? Okay, you're going now? No, no? You're here, no? Like in this hall? Yeah, so later on we'll take picture. Yeah. So this is like last number I wanna sing. And it's again a Nautanki form. Can you sing Bihari way? Can you dance Bihari in style? You wanna dance Bihari style? I can't dance, but I can show what should be the tempo, but I can dance. Okay. Pani bhare gani. It's about like beautiful girls Gori, गाँव की Gori, with lehenga and choli. Lehenga choli is a certain kind of dress, a skirt and blouse and a dupatta. Okay, so pani, water, water and basket. Gagari को क्या बोलते हैं? Gagari. Pani की gagari. Water, to fetch water from a well. That well is a concrete well. And suddenly one bird like chil. Chil is called eagle? Yeah, one eagle come and took away all her clothes. Snatched away all her clothes. Yeah, that's the song. Whatever you feel. I don't know. That way. Kamaria, Kamaria. Tired. That Gori is not tired. I'm tired. Nice expression, but. Are pani bhar gaili Rama, pakavai narava kaga ho. Rimai kaga le gail choliya chilhorava chunari. Rimai kaga le gail choliya chilhorava chunari. Remai kaga le gail choliya chilhorava chunari. Pani bhar gaili Rama, pakavai narava kaga ho. Remai kaga le gail choliya chilhorava chunari. Remai kaga le gail choliya chilhorava chunari. Kamar. Remai kaga le gail choliya chilhorava chunari. Your folk dance. What is your folk dance? What is your traditional way? Yeah. Wow. बड़ा रे जतन से हम पोसली जवनिया सयाल गइले गबने अपने भवनिया आप लोग काहे बंद कर दिए हो? दीदी जी आएगी। रे माई का गाल गइल झुमका चिल्होरबा नथुनी। रे माई का गाल गइल झुमका चिल्होरबा नथुनी। रे माई कम with सारी। रे माई का गाल गइल झुमका, this is झुमका you're hearing। रे माई का गाल गइल झुमका चिल्होरबा नथुनी। रे माई का गाल गइल झुमका चिल्होरबा नथुनी। रे माई का गाल गइल झुमका चिल्होरबा नथुनी। वाओ वाओ अब सिखाओ मुझे। नैहर में सिखले नाही रहली सहुरवा। सासु देली छाते खातिर अरबा चौरवा। हो नैहर में सिखले नाही रहली सहुरवा। सासु देली छाते खातिर अरबा चौरवा। अरबा चौरवा अरबा चौरवा। अरे चाउर छात गईली रामा वरदिन दुपहरवा। वाह चाउर छाट गईली रामा दिन दुपहरवा। कागा हो ए माई कागा ले गइल कंगना चिल्होरबा बिछिया। रे माई कागा ले गइल कंगना चिल्होरबा बिछिया। रे माई कागा ले गइल कंगना चिल्होरबा बिछिया। अब पानी भर गइली रामा पाका बाई नारवा। कागा हो रे माई कागा ले गइल चोलिया चिल्होरबा चुनरी। 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 Thank you all for making the song more colorful, more bright. So, we have to take leave now. Tomorrow we are in Diwali Nagar, like Diwali Nagar, no? Diwali Nagar. So, अगर आपको समय हो प्लीज आइएगा and bless us. आगे और अच्छा काम कर पाए। प्रणाम, शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद। Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. ना जाने तुम कब आओगे, सुहानी रात ढल चुकी। ना जाने तुम कब आओगे, सुहानी रात ढल चुकी। ना जाने तुम कब आओगे, जहाँ की रुत बदल चुकी। ना जाने तुम कब आओगे, सुहानी रात ढल चुकी।
फिजा का रंग आ चला है मौसमे बहार में, फिजा का रंग आ चला है मौसमे बहार में, मौसमे बहार में। हवा भी रुख बदल चुकी, ना जाने तुम कब आओगे, सुहानी रात ढल चुकी, ना जाने तुम कब आओगे, सुहानी रात ढल चुकी, ना जाने तुम कब आओगे, ना जाने तुम कब आओगे। This is a folk troupe actually, and like with all the artists, this is Raja with banjo. This is a typical traditional Bhojpuri musical instrument. Of course, we say we love Mantada, but his real name is Saroj in keyboard. This is Amarnath Ram in dholak, and Vijay in octopad. So to play certain kind of music, every genre we can't play in this folk troupe, but still we tried. Thank you so much. Bless us.
I'm tempted to say that's how we do it at the University of Trinidad and Tobago. Unfortunately, we've come to the close of the formal part of the program. There are 2 more items which I'd like to announce for those of you who are still here. First of all, it is my pleasure to invite now to the lectern to do the vote of thanks, which of course you know is a standard component of any program, and we must give thanks at all times. So I will introduce to the program one of our partners in the planning of this event, the director of the Mahatma Gandhi Institute for Cultural Cooperation, Mr. J.P. Arya. Thank you for your enthusiasm. Once Mr. Arya has completed the lectern, I will come back for one more time just to give you some directions as to how you can access the tents at the back, because we are inviting you to the VIP reception. Each and every one of you is invited, so I'll just come back one more time to give you directions as to how to get there. I look forward to meeting every single one of you. Your feedback will be invaluable. So please stay put for just these 2 more items. Mr. Arya.
It's my privilege to present the vote of thanks for this day. I mention with gratitude that this cultural presentation was a joint effort of University of Trinidad and Tobago and the High Commission of India. I express my humble thankfulness to both these authorities for having been kind enough to patronage this show. The chief guest, Honorable Mrs. Cardinal Prasad Bechand, Minister of Public Administration, has been kind enough to have spared her valuable time for us from her busy schedule. Thank you, Madam. I am thankful to the members of Diplomatic Corps for their visit. We all know that the mother tongue of the most of our Indian forefathers who came here 169 years ago was Bhojpuri and Awadhi. To maintain the tradition of Bhojpuri through song and music, the Indian Council for Cultural Relations, Government of India, sent this Bhojpuri music group led by Miss Kalpana Patwari here in this land. The group has travelled a long way to come to this beautiful country to give performance in the Bhojpuri music. Let we all appreciate all members of the group for their excellent performance. Thank you, the Bhojpuri group and the audience. I express my gratitude to Dr. Fazal Ali, Provost of the UTT, and other members of the Board of Directors and faculty members who have joined us this evening and delighted us. The members of the organizing committee, Dr. Naveen Budhai, Ms. Lana Elard, Mr. Pranesh Sharma, Mr. Ghansham Muhammad, Dr. Ruby Malik, Ms. Suzanne Mohib, and UTT students who have performed today, my colleagues in the High Commission of India and Mahatma Gandhi Institute for Cultural Cooperation, decorators, stage managers, your role has been significant for this show. I appreciate your dedication and assistance for this event. Thank you very much. Manager and staff of this auditorium, ushers, light and sound technicians, you have helped and supported us to make this show successful. I recognize your contribution. Thank you. Members of the media, the multipliers, we are sincerely thankful to you for publicizing this event through your programs and being present today to cover this event. I must recognize the awardees of this evening who have dedicated their lives for the promotion of arts, culture, education, sports, etc. in this country. If I could not mention a name which should have been mentioned, it's my fault. I apologize for it. Last but not least, the audience. No event can be successful without you. You have accepted our invitations, joined us this evening, and made it delightful. I sincerely thank you all. With these words, I conclude. Namaskar, good night, and have a safe experience.
Thank you, Mr. Ario. I was waiting for instructions from my provost. We are so accustomed to the normal workday. So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the team at the University of Trinidad and Tobago, the Office of the Member of Parliament, the San Fernando West, and of course the High Commission for India, we've unfortunately, sadly, come to the end of today's exciting program. As I mentioned before, we invite you to our reception, our cocktail reception afterwards, where you can partake of the refreshments. Of course, come and meet all of us. Give us feedback, let us know what you thought of today's show, although we got a pretty good sense from backstage. But I also want to tell you that if you found this program exciting, UTT continues to celebrate 10 years as the National University of Trinidad and Tobago during 2014. And we began very early in January, but we have a year filled with activities, with programs just like this one. I'm told I'm assured by Provost that one of the most exciting would be an evening of Islamic songs and music. So please look forward to our advertisements in the press, on the radio. You will receive emails from us. Please visit our website at u.tt or our Facebook page, the Academy at UTT. We're also on Twitter. Look forward to our advertisements letting you know that these programs are happening and that we are looking forward to having each and every one of you. All of our programs at the University of Trinidad and Tobago are free of charge to the public because it's part of our public outreach program. It allows us to come to you, our fellow citizens, to share with you what we have gathered over the years. But it also gives you the opportunity to come to us so that we can interact and not only make the university community a better place, but certainly make Trinidad and Tobago the place that it was really meant to be. I bid you a pleasant good afternoon. I look forward to seeing you down at the cocktail reception. I thank you.